Good. And then let's all take our hands to the belly. Close your eyes. And as you breathe in, feel your belly expand. As you breathe out, feel your belly empty. Do this in a way that is gentle, that feels that you are stretching the limits of your breath without forcing. And just notice the quality of your breathing. Now bring your hands up to your rib cage, either holding the same sides of your ribs as your hands or crossing the arms in front of the chest so that your shoulders are more comfortable. Now as you breathe in, breathe wide. Expand the ribs as you inhale, narrow the ribs as you exhale. Again, stretching the breath, but not forcing. And ideally, we're breathing through the nose. But if you're congested today, then you do what you can do without straining. That's the key. Okay, then bring your hands up to your chest, resting your hands someplace comfortably along your chest. And as you breathe in, feel your chest rise. Breathe out, feel your chest fall. You might even feel the collarbones spreading on the inhale, maybe narrowing a little bit on the exhale. Okay. Now we're going to leave one hand on the chest, move one hand down to the belly to begin what's called three-part breath. With the same inhale, begin to inflate your belly, then your ribs, then your chest. Same exhale, empty from your chest, then your ribs, then your belly. Inhaling belly, ribs, chest. Exhaling chest, ribs, belly. And continue that way. Attempt to make the breath a little smoother, because at first it is very mechanical and choppy. You might not be used to breathing this way. And if you notice that it doesn't feel natural, think of it as training the awareness of your breath. It's okay that it feels unnatural. It's okay that it feels new. And it's also okay if this is your natural way of breathing. Good. Now your hands are here to give you feedback so that when you tell your body to expand, it does, and you feel it. Let's try it without the hands. Place them down by your sides or in your lap, but continue three-part breath. Inhale, inflating your belly, then your ribs, then your chest. Exhale, emptying from your chest, and then your ribs, and then your belly. This is flexing the awareness of, flexing the muscle of your awareness, okay? We're so focused on a limitation in our life. This can be a revelation. As we go through our practices, if there's any movement or pose that I offer you that gets in the way of breathing this way, I mean, you'll forget to breathe this way, but I'll remind you. But if there's anything that gets in the way of breathing this way, skip it. The breath is more important. It always takes priority. So first thing I'd like you to do is very slowly begin to roll your head from side to side. You can open your eyes at this point, and you can even turn your eyes from side to side. And just check out how it feels in your neck, to live in your neck today. Good. Now if it's feeling okay, you can add some shoulder movement to this. This is optional, by the way, so if it doesn't feel okay to be in your neck today, then you can skip the shoulders. So place your hands in your opposite elbows, and and hold the hands just above the chest. All right, so there's a little bit of weight bearing on the shoulders. If that's too much for your shoulders, you can always place your hands on your opposite shoulders like you're going to give yourself a hug. The next time you breathe in, I want you to turn your head to the left, but slide your elbows to the right. See how that feels in the neck and the shoulders. And then breathe out, turn your head to the right, slide your elbows to the left. Good. And go very slowly, side to side, like you're moving through water, so that you feel every inch of this transition. And be aware of the habit of yanking on yourself at the very end of the movement. See if you can make the very end of the movement be a soft landing. Good. Do that one more time, each side. So that once you complete your next exhale, you're going to bring your head back to center and rest your arms. And then close your eyes and just feel. Feel into your neck. Feel into your shoulders. Feel into your chest, your upper back. Okay, so Jen, now bend your knees and set your feet on the ground. And now go ahead and roll to your side and come to all fours. We're going to move our awareness down from the shoulders and neck, down towards the rest of the spine. We're going to do a very common movement of the spine. So Meredith is going to show the one that we see typically in class. She's going to do cat and cow, inhaling arch and exhaling round. Now, for those of us adapting this movement, we're going to make it a much smaller movement. Inhale, arch your back. Yeah, so the back of the waistband is going to come away from the massage table, Jen. Good. And then exhale, flatten your back. Yeah, good. Inhaling, arch your back. And exhaling, flatten. And then everybody's going to go at their own pace. All right, so you can see that this is a very similar movement, but much smaller in some cases. Good. Do that one more time. Inhaling, arch, and then exhaling, round. And then we're going to come into a folded position. So Meredith is going to move into child's pose. Jen's going to bring her knees to her chest. And Talia's going to lower her elbows to her thighs and drop her head. So in all of these positions, we're bringing the torso and the thighs closer together, more of a folded position, a flexion of the spine. Good. Okay, and then slowly release. Jen will bring her feet to the massage table, Talia will sit back up, and Meredith will come back to all fours. So now we're going to stretch open a little bit around the outer hips. Okay, so typically we would do this in a general yoga setting with pigeon pose. So Meredith, go ahead and demonstrate pigeon pose, right leg forward. Good. Okay. Now, Jen and Talia and myself, we're going to cross the right ankle on top of the left thigh. And we're going to flex that right ankle and just see how it feels in the outer right hip and buttock area. Okay. So for some of us, this may be it. This may be the sweet spot of the stretch in the outer right hip and buttock. However, we might need to add a little more of a fold to create a stretch. So just like you did before when you brought your torso and your thighs closer together, go ahead and forward flex your spine. Yeah. So Jen brings her legs closer to her chest, Talia brings her chest closer to her legs, and if you'd like, Meredith, you can lower your torso to the floor. Yeah, good. And so notice that stretch in the outer right hip and buttock. And breathe. Good. And then we're going to slowly release and switch to the other side, with the understanding that it might be a very different story on the second side. So we might need to take a little deeper version or a little shallower version of the pose. So it's all about what it feels like rather than what it looks like. And how is your breath? Remember, you can come into that folded forward flexion of the spine at any time, or you can skip it on this side. It's all okay. Good. Feeling that in the outer left hip buttock area. Good. Okay, and then slowly release. And Meredith, go ahead and make your way all the way to your back with your knees bent and into your chest. Yeah, and then open your arms out to the sides. Okay, Jen, bend your knees, please, and set your feet on the table with your feet wide apart. Nice. So we're going to come into 3 different variations of twisting movement. So the most active version is Meredith's here. She's going to inhale, and as she exhales, both knees will drop to the right. And then she'll, ooh, nice cracking. Inhale, the knees will come back up. Exhale, knees will go to the left. Now, Jen is going to do the same thing with her legs, but she's just going to drop the knees to the side, keeping the feet on the ground. And Talia and myself, we're going to inhale and slide our hands across our thighs. So we're turning one direction, and then as you breathe, you change to the other direction. So go ahead and go back and forth, ladies. Yeah. What's interesting here is we notice if you're on your back, the upper body stays still, and it's the lower body that creates the twist. If you're in the chair, the lower body is static, and it's the upper body that creates the twist. Right? So you can play with these different ways of holding the body and turning it. Okay. Go ahead and pause with your knees to the right and stay there. And Talia, go ahead and turn to your right and then set your right hand on that stack of bolsters. That's your left hand, but that's okay. Right hand too. And then left hand. Yeah, I usually do right hand first and then start to lean towards the bolsters. And you can slide your hands out. And you might even drop your forehead to the bolsters. Yeah. Now right here, this is where I like to bring in a lot of visualization. I say, imagine your favorite furry pet, right? Your soft furry pet is coming to take a little nap on your body. In Talia's case, her favorite furry pet is going to sit on her left thigh. In Jen and in Meredith's case, her favorite furry pet is going to sit on her left shoulder. And in that way, you create a heaviness in the body that is also a sense of ease, right? Because you want that furry pet to feel comfortable, to feel relaxed, and to feel loved. Good, let's slowly release this side. Trust that your furry pet is going to make its way over to the other side. Yeah, bring your knees across. Talia's going to bring her hands to the bolsters. Drop, yeah. And so then the furry pet for Talia is on the right thigh, and for Jen is on the right shoulder. And for Meredith, it's the right shoulder too. Yeah. Good. And you're breathing and observing and feeling. Nice. And then come back to center, please. And let's come once more into a folded position. So you can just bring your knees to chest at this point. Yeah, and fold forward. Good. Okay. And you you might notice a difference in this second fold. I mean, you're definitely noticing a difference because it's a new pose. But notice a difference in how your body feels with this second fold. Good. And then you're going to slowly release and come back to that comfortable position that you began. But it might look different than when you started. So maybe, I know before Jen had her legs straight, so maybe it's up to you whether you want them straight or bent, you know, and perhaps Talia wants to lean back into the chair, you know, whatever works, whatever way you feel that your body is relaxing and receiving ease. And then I'd like you to bring one hand to your chest, one hand to your belly. Find 3-part breath again. Inhaling and inflating the belly, then the ribs, then the chest. Exhaling from your chest, and then your ribs, and then your belly. Good. And just feel how your body responds, what it feels like inside. After a few rounds, release your hands to someplace comfortable. Close your eyes.